So I'm on with my man's 100 grand, Jan Hunter Jr.
What's
Y'all
good?
know him, y'all love him. He's the GOAT when it comes to like everything that he puts his hands on.
Chilling, bro.
We wanted to hop on real quick and just have a really dope conversation. Because some new information just dropped in from your boys over at Waves. And if
Yep.
you've been following this debacle that has happened. If and let me catch you up real quick on the timeline in case you
Yeah.
kind of been under a rock for the last couple of days. But the internet is in outrage. The audio community is in outrage over what
Bruh.
Waves has done in the last couple of days. They dropped a subscription service, which is not bad in of itself. You know, a lot of companies are going to the subscription model, but the problem is it was kind of unwarranted. It was kind of sloppily done. And it caused a lot of problems because they killed what we call perpetual licenses, which means the only way that you could own Waves plugins was that you had to jump in and get the subscription. They were killing all future updates, all future access, basically rendering all of your purchases that you've done over the last how many ever years you've been an engineer or producer, null
Exactly.
and void in one swoop, assuring us that it was going to be a better fit or a better flow just by doing that. So they kind of made a big mess of it, and the audio community just kind of went in uproar. You
Yep.
know, man, and we did a podcast yesterday with my man Dale. I think Jan you did a video what Monday,
Yeah,
like
right
right in
on.
the midst of it, right?
Yep, right on Monday on YouTube.
Yeah. So you've been having your responses and all of those things like that. So and we've been getting smacked as well on our comment section with everybody and different things that they've said. But we're gonna jump in real quick. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys because there's some new information that just transpired
Literally.
overnight. Basically, and we woke up to this. Waves announces the reinstatement of perpetual and WUP update plan. I guess that's what that means, Waves update plan. And so basically, they got real quick on damage control. As you can see from the CEO himself, he came in. He's like, over the past few days, many of you have expressed concerns about our decision to discontinue perpetual plugin licenses and our move to an exclusive plugin subscription model. I would like to start by apologizing for the frustration we have caused many of you, our
Mm.
loyal customers. All of us have been loyal to Waves, man. We understand that our move was sudden. There it is, and disruptive. So there's an acknowledgement for you guys. It was sudden and disruptive, and did not sufficiently, almost said significant, sufficiently take into consideration your needs,
mm.
wishes, and preferences. Come on,
Ooh.
Waves. We are genuinely sorry for the distress that it caused. And it's from the CEO itself, you know what I mean? So
Mm.
here's where the crutch is right here. Let's get this little paragraph right here.
Yeah,
After
yeah.
respectfully listening to your concerns, I want to share with you that we are bringing back the perpetual plugin license model
Let's go.
side by side with the new subscriptions. You will again be able to get plugins as perpetual licenses just as before. In addition, those of you who already own perpetual license will once again be able to update your plugins and receive a second license via the Wave Updates plan. Again, just as before, this option too will be available alongside independently of the subscription program. Yo,
Let's
that's a big shout
go.
for Wade. That's a big W for the audio community. For the audio community, that's a big W. I was trying to play my horn. I had the volume turned down. There it goes. So we'll give it again for him. That's a big W, man. Shout out to Waves for doing damage control. Doing
That
damage
right?
control, because that's what that is. I want to say shout out to Waves for being so dope, but no, they doing damage control. This did not go how they planned for it to go. It really dropped in on them. So let's see what else did they say. I just want to make sure that we cover all bases before I jump off. We are currently putting our efforts into making perpetual licenses available to you again. So I guess they're not available um, as yet. Like for those if you already jumped on the program as quickly as possible. In the meantime, you can keep up to date on this webpage where we will we will post real time updates as they're available. I would like to let you know that we are committed to you, our users. We listen to your feedback, and we will continue to listen to you. Waves is a company filled with users and creators just like you, and we are passionate. Yada yada yin yang. Thank you. Blah blah blah. Waves. That's super dope. I'm glad that they jumped back into the mix literally and got us back right with those perpetual licenses.
For real, for real.
I personally didn't have an issue, and I expressed that yesterday uh, with the podcast. I didn't have too much of an issue with the subscription itself. You know what I mean? But it
Yeah,
was the rollout. I think was definitely messy. You know what I
yeah,
mean? In my opinion, it could have been done better. You know what I mean?
exactly. I mean, look, this is something that hits home for me
Yeah,
because I bought the Waves Mercury bundle back in 2017, and that Joker, if you guys know what that is, that's
yeah.
not cheap. That's $2,000.
Sheesh.
So I would have gone down literally in flames to have to now pay monthly for what I just spent 2 grand or all those years ago, but still
Yeah,
spent 2 grand for. Granted, granted that I would have to update them, if I
yeah,
missed the perpetual license window,
yeah.
but still, that's my conscious choice to make that,
Big facts.
so yeah. So I just been on my phone, just been watching because there's actually another wave on Instagram right now. Wavy
Oh, really?
Wayne. Yeah, Wavy Wayne just reposted Wave's statement on
Ah.
Instagram. And then Waves just made a statement on Instagram. So I literally has just
Let's pull. Let me see. I can pull that up real quick. You said Wavy Wayne on IG.
and Waves. Waves
Okay,
just
so let's
made
just
it.
go straight to the
You go to
horse's
Waves.
mouth. I'm just gonna go straight to Waves. Let me pull up my screen here. Let's see what we got with Waves family over here. Okay, Waves. Important update from Waves. All right,
Yep.
just what's going on with that? It wouldn't let me click. What does it say? It just says important update from Waves.
It's in the caption. It's in the
Okay,
caption.
it must be if for whatever reason it won't let me read the caption. Let me see. There it is. Okay, okay. I just need to adjust my screen. That's what it is. All right. So it's pretty much just a copy of the same thing that was posted on the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's nothing there. Let's see what we got in these comments though. I know, like you said, the comment section
That's
is
yeah. That's
is where
I'm literally on my
where the
phone
action
right now.
is.
Yeah,
Y'all
I'm
had people thinking twice about their career.
bruh.
Yo, yeah, they got all the. It's bad when all the blue checks start coming out. When
Hey,
the
bro.
blue checks start hitting the comment button, you making some issues. Thank God you came to to your sense. Better late than never. Thank you for listening. Uh, Give us at least 3 free plugins of our choice for this. Yo,
Woo! Gonna
my
make them
man said,
pay.
yeah, we need some recompense. We need some restitution. I mean, my man's said he's going for it. Y'all only brought this back because no one wanted to pay again. Y'all knew
Ooh.
what y'all were doing and y'all tried it anyway. Don't think you showed your cards and your valuable customers. Don't think most of us. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy. So yeah, y'all can check it out and and scroll the comments section yourselves. Like I said, from my standpoint, I wasn't, I figured it was gonna be some outcry and some outrage because, like you said, man, what you said you did 2,300
Yeah.
on the Mercury bundle when you got it. And I remember back in the day when that joint used to cost like 9 racks
Yeah,
for the
that
boxed
part.
edition.
So
You know what I
I
mean?
I quote unquote got a deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that
Compared to
was a
those
deal.
prices.
Yeah, in that day and time, so yeah, it definitely makes sense that people would be upset. I was a little kind of perturbed because I was thinking about it because now I'm a full disclosure, and this doesn't color my thought process. For those of you who've been following me, y'all know this. Full disclosure, I'm actually a Waves affiliate. I'm a part of their affiliate program, but I rarely ever share like you can check my track record on this. I rarely ever share affiliate links from Wave stuff because I never think about it until moments like this. And the reason I'm interjecting that into the stream is because I got the email because I'm an affiliate. I actually got the email about it maybe about a week ago that they were switching to this model, and I just thought, oh, okay, cool. That tracks. I didn't really think too much about it, but I did have some concerns in my own brain about like, well, I just bought whatever that plugin was like a month ago. Now it's like I could have just, waited and just paid a subscription and just had it added to my account. So, I think there's definitely like a merit to the outrage.
Yeah.
And but I understand it from, and I think we was talking about this before the stream, like I understand it both from the consumer side and from the company side. And we dug in real deep on the company side yesterday from their perspective on how they did things, you know what I mean, and why they did it, because it makes sense to start creating recurring revenue. I still think it's a strong case for them doing the update, but because of the type of company that they are, you know what I mean, having those perpetual licenses when that's the model that they've had for the last 20 plus years,
Hmm.
I can see why that ruffled a whole lot of feathers.
Yeah. I mean, again, $2,000, 2 racks. Like it
Yeah.
hit me. It hit me harder this morning. Like on my video, I was more neutral. I was
Yeah,
very
same.
neutral.
I
I
was
was
trying to
like,
be neutral as well.
I was neutral. I was saying, it benefits you this way, if you're a new person coming in.
Yeah,
But if you're an OG, and you only needed like 2 or 3 plugins
yeah,
that you bought that you own, this could be a problem. And
yeah.
you know, my whole thing is the way it was done, and then how I don't. Here's my thing. I don't like fake bandwagon people. I
Come on,
don't.
Doc.
I don't like it. You
Yeah,
got people just riding a wave. Don't even use Waves plugins,
no pun intended.
bro. You know
Riding
what
the
I'm
waves.
saying? like, like, bro, like, don't even use the plugins at
Facts.
all. And they're in my comment section talking about you shouldn't be promoting waves and this and that. I'm like, bro, like, clearly you
Yeah,
didn't watch the whole video.
nah, they
Clearly.
didn't.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where this whole thing lies. And my whole point is which I'm going to express to my community. I'm
Yeah,
gonna just do a pre-recorded video, but I'm gonna say
yeah,
it now.
yeah,
Let's say Waves didn't clean it up. Let's say they just rolled with it as is.
yeah.
Every
Which is their right. Yep.
bruh, every single user has a choice to use whatever plugin they choose to use. If you choose to cancel Waves, that doesn't mean everybody has to cancel Waves.
Facts.
Like, you're not paying anyone else's bills. You're
Come
not
on.
paying for any of their records, and you're definitely not going to go in and remix everybody's records prior that used Waves plugins to get them straight.
Come
And
on.
I'll take it up another level. It's probably not going to sound good anyway. So, so I'll just take it up another buzz. Let's just keep it a buck. So it's
Where's
like,
my sound effect?
so I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like I'm gonna be raw and uncut today because like my comment section was like kind of crazy, and
Yeah,
my subscribers, I understand their frustration because
definitely.
I've coached them through using Waves plugins from my videos, and they're faithful to the
Likewise. Yeah,
channel. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I get their frustration. The non-subscribers talking about I shouldn't be endorsing Waves and all of this and that, and I shouldn't be
Nah,
using their
that's not the
plugins.
move.
And like, dude, yeah, my comment section is out of control. But
Yeah,
my
like you said,
yeah,
it's kind of trash to be that of that mentality. I tried to hammer that in yesterday, but I call cap on a lot of these folks that are trying to like you
yeah,
said, bandwagon the situation because truthfully, you probably either A, don't own any Waves plugins,
right.
or B, you been in there, you got like 2 or 3 and you upset because you bought the 2A last week and it's in the license and that was the first Waves plugin you bought. You know what I mean? And then even that, a lot of people, here's the thing, and I said this yesterday, um, you have to look at it like this. Um, it's even if we're just like you said, if they hadn't have changed anything, let's say they didn't come through and apologize, they really didn't have to. But it's good. Consider it a W that they did. But even if they didn't and they decided that this is what they wanted to do, no holds barred, we just gonna go for it. We're gonna go with what we initially planned, and we're sorry, not sorry, Reese's. You know what I mean? Like we're just gonna go for it. And but if that's the case, you as the user or as the end user, one, you can choose not to do that.
Yeah.
You can because even if you bought plugins, those updates, I mean, I still got some V10 plugins running on one of my machines that I use. So you can keep a old machine around if you just need to open up old sessions or whatever that's got Waves plugin, and then you can walk away respectfully from that situation if you don't want a subscription. But people like me, the way I look at it as it's 250 for the whole year. And when I look at my own track record as a Waves customer and Waves supporter, um, I probably spent 250 bucks, you know what I mean, last year just on plugins from Waves by themselves. You know what I mean? Those little 29.99 last chance, we be laughing about that last chance. They was slapping us
Yeah.
with that. And I'd be like, you know what, man, I'm finna go ahead and get this Abbey Roads reverb. I've been looking at it for a minute, blah, 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 blah. I look at those things. Here's the caveat. I look at it as business expenses. It's the cost of doing business. All of the subscriptions. And let's not even talk about Waves. Let's talk about Slate, Plugin Alliance. If these are tools that I need for the trade, then I don't have a problem investing into it and giving my support to the company. Again, I am a Waves affiliate, but I still actually pay for the plugins with my own money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of person. You know what I mean? So I put my money literally where my mouth is. If I rock with you, I rock with you. You know what I mean? If I don't, I don't. That's just the way it is. But I look at it like that. It's a business expense. And so here it is. Waves handed me another $250 write off that I could put on my taxes every year. And I can justify and just throwing that. Now, again, that's not negating or throwing aside the feelings or disvalidating what people feeling. I think the outrage around it is justified. You know what I mean? If it's something that literally, you know what I mean, adds some distress
Yeah.
to your budget each month. You know what I'm saying? Like to add that in. You know what I mean? But I'd also argue on the flip side of it, if another $25 added to your budget each month breaks you, then you may want to look at some other things in your business. Because if an extra $250, this is the reality. I'm just playing devil's advocate
For
at this
sure.
point. Like if $250 a year breaks your business, then you probably need to reconsider what you're doing as a business. And I get some people that would say that it's the principle. I understand the principle. I totally understand the principle. I'm just being the business advocate side. And I understand the creative side, but from the business advocate side, like, hey, it sucks. But I think even despite that they bringing back perpetual licenses, thank you, and that they're bringing back the Waves update plan, thank you again. I think I'm still going to go ahead and pay that 250 and just have everything. I was looking at like JJP strings last week. I was going to buy it for this track I was mixing,
Mhm.
and now I could just go pay $24.99, and I ain't gotta worry about you know doing that. So I think it's merit to it. That's just kind of my hot take on the whole situation.
Yeah, and you know, respectfully, the Waves influencer plan is trash. That's just
Oh
me.
no, no, the Waves influencer is trash. But see, I'm on the
The
affiliate like through Impact. So
mm,
it's a different uh
yeah, I think
different track. They got a couple of tracks. They got the like you said, the influencer track, and they got the
yeah,
direct affiliate
I
where
think
you
I'm
get
on
them.
both, and it's like 10%, if that. Like
Yeah, yeah,
maybe, you know what
maybe.
I'm saying?
Off of a
So
$29 plugin. So you're getting what? If it's 10%, you're getting what, $2 off of a
yeah,
link
bro,
click?
it's trash. It's
I
not
mean,
a
it's not at the top of my list of
yeah,
stuff that I share. I didn't
yeah,
even put
like
we doing the whole video on Waves. I didn't even put the affiliate link in the description of this video. If I was really all about that life, I would have threw
yeah,
the link
yeah,
up.
yeah, bro. Like it's trash, and then I think again, for someone like yourself, if you're just coming in, you know, or you have a few, and it doesn't really affect you that much.
Yeah,
It's not
definitely.
that it's sort of a little bit of a come up, I guess you could say,
Yeah,
because you get everything.
definitely.
Just the whole thing fell apart for legacy users. I'm thinking about studio owners. I'm thinking about
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
Abbey Road Studios and all them, and they got everything. And now, and it's somebody like myself too. Like, I don't think it's the 24.99. The 24.99 is not the issue, or the 14.99. I
yeah,
think the issue is honor, and which they've done. So
yeah. They
kudos,
just
but
they just came back and
yeah, they so
as well.
it kind of, I don't want to beat the dead horse, but basically the issue was not honoring perpetual licenses at all. Like, we still need support. Like, okay, do your
Yeah,
subscription, but if I
yeah,
just bought, or if I got, $2,300 worth of your plugins, and you're telling me I no longer own these when I update to a new
yeah.
computer,
That is a good point.
um, that's a fu. That's why people are outraged, because
Upset.
it's like there's a lot of people like myself that have invested, and the scenario, because I would say at
Mhm.
least 80% of my sessions have Waves plugins. 80,
Oh,
like
bro.
80.
That's what I'm saying. And that's where the case comes in where like, are you really gonna, be on the bullet train of replay? Like I saw this joint that popped up the other day, not the other day, yesterday, where somebody was they had put together like a spreadsheet or something of
Yeah,
like these are the alternatives to Waves plugins, and it's a whole list. If you use this, you can replace it with that. Like it's definitely sounds cool, but are you really gonna go back through, like you said, hundreds of sessions and
no,
replace
man.
the LA
No.
2A with the Slate 2A or this BF 2A or whatever. So it's just the way it goes or whatever. So I think my man Dale just jumped in the building. I guess he got his haircut. I see him in the session. Hold on, let's bring Dale in. That's funny.
Let's
Dale
go.
Levante.
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, you got a little echo on your mic.
We got echo. No,
Yeah,
ooh.
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
we gonna mute you for a second. Let me know when you're ready. But Get the mute on the man. Um, so yeah. No, I definitely get it. There was this comment that popped up. Let me bring this up here. My man, it's in the Facebook group, so it just says Facebook user. He says it's not about 250, it's about multiple vendors that have all moved to subs and plug-in alliance, let alone on the Adobe sub. And I definitely understand that vibe because it is definitely um, it's definitely like subscription overload. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? When you got all of this stuff on top of Netflix, on top of Hulu, Disney Plus, you know what I mean? Here they come with another subscription. But I mean, let's just keep it all the way a buck. That's just the way the industry, every industry is moving. It's not just the audio industry. And I think somebody else said yesterday. Um, they said yesterday that um, Waves was late to the party. You know, they've actually been like a lot of other companies. Of course, Slate's been doing it for a decade. You know what I mean, and
yeah.
some other companies. So they're late to the party when it comes to that. So I understand that. I definitely understand the subscription overload, mentality or what have you. But we just kind of gotta look at that. But Waves hit us with the W. They came back and they redid the situation. Let's see if Dale is ready. Let's see. You got your audio together, bro?
I think so. We back.
Nah, it sound like you got two audio sources coming in.
So the ATEM is tripping. It's over here blinking.
Oh, I got nothing for you on that, Doc.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna put my other one in. Give me a second.
All right. But yo, so that's really, really dope. Let's see. My man said churches about to start subscriptions. I think they've been doing that for years. It's called tithes and offerings. They and you have to be a member of the church. So church has been doing subscriptions since the early AD, 00 AD. They've been in that
Bruh.
for a minute.
Do
Yeah.
do the subscriptions, but honor perpetual licenses,
Yeah,
period.
and that's the way that it should have been That's the way that it should have been rolled out. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Yep.
should have been rolled out that way. That's the way that they should have done it. They should have like said, "Hey, introducing Waves Creative da 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 da. You can now get everything in one subscription," and then migrated it out to their users, and then give people a chance to see how many people are going to choose to get on the subscription versus just throwing it on everybody out the gate, but seeing how many people would choose to get on the subscription and how many people would migrate over, and then give that time to prove the benefit, you know what I mean, of being on that. Because if I remember correctly, it's just the plugins, right? There's no other benefits that come with it outside of the plugins, right?
No, there's a lot of benefits actually.
Okay, let me see.
You get mixing templates, you get
Yeah, that AI Studio Verse thing. I remember
AI
that.
Studio Verse, and they have like a community kind of thing going on now too. So they're trying to build out like I'm gonna go over here too. They're trying to build out a whole
I was trying to get the Waves. I
studio.
think Waves site is down again, at least on my side when I type it in.
I think
It,
it's down for everybody.
yeah. See, so that shows a whole lot of where Waves is in the community, because when I'm trying to type it in, it won't even pop up. Waves is so popular that when this kind of stuff happens, it's literally crashing their site. So I'm pretty sure they're in like full panic mode over there trying to figure out what's going on with the website and get the developers up. Waves is a really big site, and they're really big in the audio community. So I understand, why that would have been a slap in the face to a lot of people. They should have just rolled it out slowly, see how many people would appeal to it, offer some perks, like lure people in. Like Personas, I think a model like Personas is doing that. You can still buy Studio One, but they have the option to subscribe to Persona
Exactly.
Sphere. And with Sphere, you get all of these additional plugins that you wouldn't get otherwise unless buying them. You also get all of, like you said, they got templates and stuff. Templates. They got templates and
He
stuff
got it.
like
He
that.
got it.
And they got videos, and they do like I know with Sphere they do like all of these weekly mix reviews where they'll listen to your mixes, and it's a community building thing. So I think that's like a way that you do a subscription service, right? Even with Slate, Slate gives you video access. They got master classes. They give you all of that stuff like that that kind of goes along with the subscription service. So you know what I mean? It's just a different way of looking at stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like I said, I think they're onto something with subs, with
Yeah,
this with the subs situation, but I think people should still be able to keep perpetual licenses and be able to get certain plugins, like make it where certain plugins like, only, whatever, or just limit some of the features, you know
there
what
you
I'm
go.
saying? But like still leave the knickknacks available to your users. That way they can be like, you know what, instead of just having to deal with this all the time,
Yeah,
let's go ahead and do this, and let the let the buyers fall on their neck, where it's like, okay, cool, stay buying stuff outright, and
yeah.
keep your licenses, and make that process a little bit more expensive or
There
inconvenient,
you go. That's what I was gonna say. More expensive. Yeah.
because it's already expensive now. Like for me, I remember when I got to let's see, I forget what OS it was, but I remember it was 12 to 13.
Hmm.
12 to 13, I think I spent at least like almost $400
Yeah.
to get to 13. Now
Yeah. It's a
13
big
to
server, wasn't
14,
it? Yeah.
yeah. Now 13 to 14, I didn't have to pay a dime because
Yeah.
I made it in. I made it
Yeah.
in right away.
Yeah.
But I'm on the site now,
Okay.
and
I
it
see
just
it. Okay. I'm gonna bring your screen up.
yeah, I'm on the site now. So important news, we're back to perpetual licenses. Read more. So it's still loading up. It's a little slow, but that's the
Yeah, they're
main
getting
thing.
smacked right now.
They are
Yeah.
all plugin updates are the main thing here is this: the Studio Verse, Thousands Mixed Ready Chains, and the Click. They
Mm,
what they what I would have done here is I would have reached out to your gurus, Jason Joshua's, Andrew Sheps, and get them in here to contribute to the community, drop presets packs. They already got presets in the plugins, but like preset
Yeah.
chains directly from your favorite
Yo,
mixing engineers. There he is. He
Yep.
sound good
He's in
too.
there.
man, it's the Blackmagic ATEM software control. I had to kill it. It's
Dang.
making them freak out, both of them. So
That's
I gotta
crazy.
hit
Jeez.
Blackmagic to see what's going on. But yeah, I'm in here.
So I'm
Yeah.
trying to. Oh, here we go. Okay, so yeah, this is the link that you read earlier. This the notification. So, yeah, I was mentioning this in my video. So
Yeah.
this is what I own actually right
The
now.
what Mercury?
In Mercury and the SSL collection.
Yeah.
This was like 20. I think I got this on sale. This was $2,000. Then I got this the SSL collection for like another $130. So a bare minimum of at least $2,200 to $2,300 between these two. This has 180 plugins, and this has I think another 10 to 20.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I already own majority of the Waves catalog. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So somebody like myself to not own these anymore, to take these away from me and make me pay $25 a month with no perpetual license
Yeah.
after this investment, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm gonna
Well, I
pull this
mean, you
comment.
weren't losing it though. You still owned it, just
Yeah.
at the current version you had.
Well, again,
When it comes to,
the
I think the big
updating
issue is when it comes
is
to updating.
when it comes
Yeah.
to
Right, but that's
updating.
always been the case. Even Pro Tools is that way. You buy a perpetual license for that particular instance, and then when it comes out with a new version, you got to buy the new one. Ableton,
Studio
same
One is
thing.
like
You got
that as well.
11 right now. As soon as Ableton Live 12 come out, you're
You're
gonna
gonna
have to
have to buy
pay
that.
to upgrade.
Not necessarily, because when you're on the perpetual license, you have a grace period where you can upgrade with no fee as long as you meet that grace period. Because I was able to go from 13 to 14, V13, V14 with no cost.
Yeah, that's the Waves update plan. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's the Waves update plan. So, and you know, with the Waves update plan, it expires after a certain time. So they give you, I forget how much it is, how much time it is, maybe 12 months after purchase or something to that thing. So if you buy, you know, V14, V13, like we on V14, you buy V14, let's say they wouldn't have done the update, and they go to V15 next week, but you just bought
it.
V14 plugin last week. You, since you're in that grace period that you're talking about, that time period, you can still update from 13 to 14. But like when I got ready to go to like you did to Big Sur, I think it was when I switched to M1. Well, the only versions that was compatible with the M1 computers at that time was, I think, V13. It may have been V13. Like, anything below that wouldn't work. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm just going to go in and update my plugins to V13. When I went to go in there, I had some V9, some V8, some V10 stuff, some V11 stuff that I just bought. Because you just see the $29.99 and you buy it and you don't think nothing about it. And then I hit the update, and it was like, yeah, it's gonna cost you $250 to go from 12 to 13. So, and this makes the sense why, and I, me, you always laugh at me, young, because I'm the no update person. Like I'm always, telling these cats, don't update. And but there's a merit to it. Why there's in a lot of big box studios, you walk in and you still see old Mac Pros from like 2007, 2008. Old 2010 Mac Pros, because they're working. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So those are working systems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know that I got Waves V8 on here and it's doing what I need for it to do, and there's no reason for me to mess with this system. I have a complete compatibility device that I keep. It's an Intel MacBook Pro. I think it's like a 2016. You know what I mean? So it's several years old, and it's got older versions of everything. I'm talking older versions of Logic, Pro Tools, all of that stuff like that. So if I need to go back and open up something that maybe I don't have a license for right now, maybe there's a newer version or whatever, I know I can always go back to something that is in that vein. And that's just a good practice to have. If you buy a new computer, if you can stand not to, don't get rid of your old one. Keep it as a compatibility device, because it could end up saving your black or white or brown behind or yellow behind, whatever color your behind is. in certain situations. So make sure that you do that or what have you. But that's good. Let me throw this comment up because I want to respond to it, and I know you got some stuff I think you wanted to respond to on your particular channel, Jan. But my man says, you guys were saying how great the business was yesterday, just rolling with it. People's voices, customers need to say when something is wrong, not be like you saying it's a business that was weak. I'm not sure I understand that last sentence. But man, thank you for your comments, Sean. I mean, that perspective always is good. What I would say to that is, I wasn't necessarily yesterday's stream wasn't necessarily to co-sign waves in any sort of way. It may have came. I understand how it came off like that, but the position that I held was really not about waves at all. It was really about you as a producer, you as an engineer, and how you run your business and what you choose and choose not to. Then waves didn't hold a gun to anybody's head and say, well, almost did. I could see that. They did kind of take
Yeah,
away the licenses.
they kind of did, bro.
That falls apart. I'll
Yeah.
backtrack that. But I will say this. You have the power to choose what you support or what you don't. And you have a point, as you said, to be able to express your opinion to the customer. And in this particular case, people's voices being amplified actually cause waves to roll back their opinion on their plan on what they planned on doing. Yesterday, this update wasn't in the cards. I have a different position today because they rolled back on what they said. So you know what I mean? Like
Do you
yesterday,
think it's a full
we didn't have this
rollback, or do
information.
you think they just appeasing people?
You said, say that again.
Do you think they've fully rolled back, like internally, like their mindset is shifted, or are they just appeasing people right now?
I think it's and both. I think it's and
Yeah,
both.
I mean, because the main thing here is they're bringing back perpetual licenses.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that they said is just perpetual licenses. They're not saying they're going back to a la carte. They're not saying they're going to do none of that. They're just saying,
That's true.
hey, just these set of people that got perpetual licenses, well, we
Mhm.
got you. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
they're going full gas ahead on subscriptions. They're not
Yeah.
backing down
They're
on
not
that.
backing
So
down.
I
So the
think it is.
$29.99 plug-in days might be over, is what we're
Yeah.
looking at. Yeah.
Y-
But if
yeah.
you bought what they're saying, like you just highlighted on the screen, yeah, what they're saying is that if you bought this plug-in and you got a perpetual license, you good. We got
Right.
you. If you're
It's
still under
basically the
your
Avid.
window of Waves update plan,
Exactly.
we got you. But after your Waves update plan expires, after your perpetual license, I guess, ends, because those are two different things, right? With the perpetual stuff probably
Right.
has to do with
Yeah.
those that probably bought
Yeah,
Mercury and all
perpetual, you
that.
just own it. Like
You just-
forever and ever, it's
Yeah.
yours at that version. The update plan will allow you to stay current. So it's like the Avid thing to where as long as you keep your plan active,
Yeah.
you continue with it. But it's still a form of subscription because you're paying
Yeah.
every year
Come
to
on.
be on the update. So you're
That's
still
what I'm saying.
subscribing in a sense.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true. I think the main thing is not having, like, once you unsubscribe, you have no access to none of the plugins anymore.
True.
Right now,
Yeah.
we have the option to
Yeah.
we
To
can
be
still
perpetual.
roll. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
that's the dangerous part of this, and that's why people are pissed, because it's like that's
Yeah.
a dangerous position, bro. That means I gotta pay monthly
Yeah. You
just to
gotta
do
pay
what
to
I'm
play.
already doing right now to exist. Because once I hit cancel, guess what? I can't go back into the session and pull it up no more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And that goes back to what I was saying yesterday, in that why we are here. And I'm going to hone the point in because this is what yesterday's stream was all about. It wasn't, again, about trying to co-sign what they're doing. They're a company, and companies are going to do what companies do. They're going to do what is advantageous to them in their bottom line, because, again, nobody wants to see a company as big as Waves go out of business. If they do, then we're all in trouble. Yeah, that spreadsheet that was posted yesterday about all of the things, you're going to be scrambling to try to find that. Like, where is that at? Waves is out of business. I can't get access to all of these 97,000 plugins that I already own from them, and now my sessions won't open. And this could be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what have you. So they're thinking like a business should think, and that's my advocacy on that. But from a user standpoint, how we got here, and I've been saying this is just my holistic perspective on the thing. Being on the development side, being a software developer, being a content product creator, being a entrepreneur and businessman, the piracy situation on the internet is a real thing. And it is what has forced, I think we would have eventually gotten here anyway, but what's forced us here quicker is because of the actions that a lot of us have taken over the years and how we lackadaisia keep promoting the crack waves. Let's keep it all the way a buck. Is the most cracked piece of software. All of their plugins are the most cracked software on the audio internet. Like it's just that was the first set of cracks I got was waves. Like somebody dropped me a thumb drive with everything on there, and I was like, "Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it." That was 2010.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you talking right on that part.
So when they're knowing that people are out here using, I mean, there's been so many instances. I can't think of exact names at this point, but I've seen the headlines, and you've probably seen the headlines over the year with people that were caught, like big producers, big engineers that got caught with crack plugins. Like they've been doing like big records, big artists, big stuff that they made big money off of, and they didn't give Waves any of that big money that they made. And so you have to think about how many people, and people will say that's the nature of the internet, of course. That is people just being people. And like I said yesterday, I'll reiterate, the only way to stop people from being people is you have to restrict access to what they have access to. You know what I mean? So a big part of this, yes, they're trying to secure their financial future, and they're trying to stop the crack epidemic. They're trying to stop all of us from cracking these plugins and bring it down to single user authorization, where it's authorized with your email and it's only one computer and it's all of those different things like that. That's where it's at. We pushed them there. We pushed Slate there. We pushed Mick DSP and Plugin Alliance and all of these companies. We pushed Apple Music. Let's keep it all the way buck, all the way into person. We pushed Apple Music there. We pushed Spotify into these places because of Napster, because of uTorrent, and all of these LimeWire. And I don't know if y'all remember that. Some of y'all might be too young to remember all of that stuff. But I'm a like 80s, 90s, 2000 baby. That's my life.
We justified it because it was peer-to-peer sharing.
Peer to peer.
Mojo.
You load up your Windows 98 computer and you plug your DSL modem, not your DSL, your cable. Yeah, I think it was DSL modem to it.
It was cable before it was DSL.
It was cable.
Yeah, cable. DSL, and you getting like 100 kilobits per second download. You know what I mean? Like, and you pull that stuff up, LimeWire, and you would find a new Diddy album or the new whoever record or Ludacris or whatever was out or whatever movie was out, and you would press share or download or whatever overnight, and you come back 8 hours later and you'd have 9 tracks downloaded, because that's how slow the internet was. It took like 8 hours to download all that stuff. But that kind of stuff created iTunes. It pushed us into Apple Music, and now you have to look at it. That's the detriment that it's caused to the music industry as a whole. That's why we getting 0.0000001 cents per stream. You know what I mean? Because the way the internet and the way people are, it pushed everybody into this direction. It's pushed companies into a place where you own nothing and we're leasing it to you for a month. And it's advantageous for the companies, yes, for their bottom line, but it also helps them protect their IP. So that's my big stint on it. If you want to know what the root of the problem is, the root of the problem is all of us and the way we have handled audio and stuff over the years. It's just my 2 pennies, which means it ain't worth nothing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's both and. I think it's greed on both ends, because
Definitely.
right now
I like that, Jan.
I think it's both and, bro. Because like this is off topic, but it kind of is on topic. So Spotify right now is about to bust a move. They are literally they just announced that on Twitter, the head of Spotify is going to nudge the algorithm for people who are willing to take less stream money. They'll,
Interesting.
they'll give you a nudge in the algorithm. And this
Interesting.
also works in the mainstream's favor because now they can put incentives on
Mm,
Spotify to push a
Mm.
certain artist. So your discoverability is about to go down. So it's this whole
wow.
paid for more promo type situation.
Yeah.
You're going to pay for more promo but lose stream money. We already are not making no money on streams
Yeah.
anyway. Somewhat. If you're doing a billion streams, great.
Yeah.
But so
Most
I
people
think
aren't.
it's you know what I'm saying. So it's both and it's greed. They're playing off the well, they doing this anyway. So
Hmm.
let's go ahead, let's go ahead. Let's get to the subs. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
Let's bump it up
Yep.
25 a month,
Yep.
and they're playing off both. So yeah, we contributed, through the years, but I think once Waves went to Central, I think a lot of that stuff kind of got eliminated. If you're using Waves crack, you probably on like version 7 and 8.
No,
Uh
it's still some
10 max.
10.
10
Yeah.
max, maybe 10, but like once Wave Central came in, that's the whole your license is in either the cloud, a thumb drive, or on the computer itself, and you
I
go,
would say I saw some newer versions of that, like 12, 11, 12 at least.
Oh, some people got around it. They got around
There's
Central.
some people
yeah,
that
it's got
figured out
around
how to get
Central because
around it.
I'm like that's kind
I've
of a
seen some people
complex.
get around Slate. I've seen some people get around all of that. I've seen all of
You
that
seen
stuff.
Slade?
I've
Yeah,
seen all of that stuff
Wow.
over the years pop up in these little Facebook, YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook and Twitter and Instagram posts of DM me for this for $25. Everything from Keyscape, Spectrasonics, Native Instrument stuff. They all have their own single user authorization stuff, but people are still figuring out ways around it. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Like a friend did, like
Criminals go criminal.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna do what they do, man. I think that the the uh the scales, are they really balanced? Are the
Yeah.
scales truly balanced?
Yeah.
Are we really at a good spot? Because right now they kind of just, it's like one person on a seesaw and like a
Mhm.
little kid, and you got a grown adult come sit down on the seesaw and they go flying in the air. I think that's where we were with Waves just yesterday. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
just
they came in.
they went ahead and
Yeah.
they got Mama Sue to come sit down
No
on the
Mama Sue.
seesaw. And you got a little, 2 pound little whatever. So I think that's
Yeah.
kind of what happened yesterday, and that's why they had to come back and apologize. Anytime you have to apologize for anything, something ain't right. Like it's something.
I have a sneaking feeling that this was probably all in their plans in the first place. I would not
I was
run it
thinking about
past.
that.
I
I
would
had a thought
not run it
yesterday.
past the
They haven't got
them
this much airtime in how many years? Probably since they dropped.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
That
all
pub.
my
crashing the
whole
site. Yeah, I
my
think
whole YouTube timeline, bro, is
oh,
all
same.
Waves.
IG too, bro. IG too. It was all waves yesterday. They got smacked yesterday.
Like I
I'm
said.
willing to bet. I would bet at least $2.50. At least that much. That's what that was the
Nah,
plan
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
all
go
along.
higher. I'm gonna go higher because again, like I said yesterday, these companies not dumb, man.
No, they're
like
not
they
dumb.
know the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
You
know
want to
what they
ruffle some
doing.
feathers? Yeah, let's just take away all perpetual licensing and just waves. Let's just kill it all. They're gonna go crazy. They're gonna go ape S. They gonna lose their S. They just gonna have a whole meltdown and all of the big influencers are gonna be talking about us. And then yeah. How long you want to let it run?
It's the whole
24
Candy
hours.
and Tony situation. It's like people are like, yo, why they going back and forth? I'm like, because they need pub. They probably about to drop some records, man. They ain't been in the limelight for years. They need
Yeah.
that pub.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen Waves on this level in a long time, unless it's a mix with the Masters and they pop
Mhm.
up on there or they partner or whatever. They have, Sheps come in or,
Yeah.
Leslie.
Leslie. Yeah, because Waves just did a joint with him recently,
Yeah.
with doing the Big Drake and Jack Harlow record.
Yep.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That was huge.
Yep.
So I haven't heard, honestly, how much more noise do they need to make? Because they got a grip on the industry, but I don't think they have a grip on the creator community. I think they got the industry on lock, but I think they're starting to realize that the ratio from industry to creator is actually
Yeah,
not balanced as they think. I think the creator community has more of a voice
I
than the
agree.
For sure.
industry.
It's this where the
So
next producer is the creator. The next engineer is the creator. Everybody's we're in
yeah,
a self, do it independent phase.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it makes sense. That's why Waves Mercury bundle used to be 9 racks, 10 years ago, because you know what I mean? Like the type of money that engineers were getting paid, like that was a drop in the bucket. 9 racks, like you make that back off a half of a record that you mixed. You know what I mean? Like, and now, like you said, the tables have turned with all of the new technologies and stuff that are coming in. So more people are entering into the game now as creators, as videographers and people that are doing content and YouTubers and TikTokers and all of these people who are doing Spotify is full. It's an independent market. It's a creators market. It's full of like the do it yourself selfers. So yeah, I
We
definitely think that's a
are
move.
we are the hands and feet of these companies.
Wow.
We are, because Leslie is not going to give you no pub on his platform. He's not
Yeah.
going to mention your name. He don't care about his platform. He just makes his
Mm,
money. Timberland is not going to shout out no waves on
nah,
his platform to
nah.
just for the love.
Not
No,
without no money, no.
you gotta have him come to your. So we are the hands and the legs of the day to day of
Yeah.
how these products get around, because somebody is on YouTube and Instagram looking up how to do this, how to do that.
Come
Oh,
on.
well, I'm using this. I just showcased the one knot pumper
Yep.
on how to do a little vocal effect, and it was like I had to take a step back, and I'm like, yo, am I going to be scrutinized for all of my videos where I mention I use this Waves plugin, I use the
Yeah.
SSL comp, I use the SSLG channel? Like,
Yep.
I'm not doing this intentionally to sell you Waves. I'm just simply saying this is what I used.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, how many other creators are using Waves and passing, trying to teach somebody a bigger or another topic of how to do something? So
This guy.
like, yo,
Tons.
Every video, just about.
you know what I'm saying? We are the hands and feet. So when you piss us off and we respond the way we did, we at
Yeah.
least got a win for the perpetual license coming back. Now I give you
Yeah.
that.
I don't think, but like you said, I don't think 29.99 will be coming back. That might be done. Cause like you said, they just mentioned Perpetual and Waves Update plan. They might not be, might not ever own like from if you haven't got in before then, you might not ever
No, you're done.
own another Waves plugin again.
No, you're done. You're
Yeah,
out.
you're done. You're done.
You're out. So whatever you got, enjoy it and
Yeah.
love it and cherish it. And this is where I would say, this is where I agree with the creator's response. Expand from here.
Mm,
Expand from this point. Keep your baseline. Make sure your perpetual licenses are all good so you can still use what the heck you want to use.
there you go.
Now make a conscious decision and expand from here. I'm still going to use Waves plugins on my mixes regardless, because I
Facts. Yeah.
got too many sessions
You
to,
invested. You all
yeah,
in.
way too many sessions. So this is like a kind of W. It's not like a this, it's like this.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
this is what we got.
Yeah, yeah, we could take it as a W. We could definitely take it as a W.
It's not because
It's like it's almost like an M, maybe. Like we can come in like, yo, we got it. Yeah.
yeah, bro. Like it's a kind of win.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of take it.
Yeah.
Somebody said a win is a win.
We gotta take it. Yeah, it is. And now this is a good point here. My man's not no way. He said a win is a win. This one I was trying to click on. He said, where it's gonna hit is the live engineers that use big venues, because I thought about this yesterday after the stream. I was talking with one of my homeboys. I was talking with Jamel, and me and Jamel were talking about it, and he was like, yeah, man, Digicode, all of those big boards that, go on tour, like they're all in on
That's
the
right.
Waves racks and stuff
That's
like
right.
that. Like their whole live mixes are nothing but Waves plugins. You know what I mean? Like their whole, like I did a tour. There's a tour, a studio tour, not a studio tour. It's actually a live rig tour here on the channel, on the Gospel Producers YouTube channel. For those of you watching there, where I went through CC Winans' rig, got to talk to his live engineer, and you can check that video on our page. And he walks through their whole, and it's all waves. He walked through the entire live chain that he uses when they're doing the live, when they're traveling, and they take the same board with them. I forget what the name of the board was, but it's all everything, all of the pre-effects that's coming in, you know what I mean, on everything is all that waves rack. So yeah, it's definitely, I think I
It's
saw a little
back to
bit of that
the Avid
yesterday.
strategy. It's like, where's your money at? Because as much as people cry about Avid, I'm walking into post facilities that's installing 3 brand new S6s. Like, that's a $200,000 digital console.
Yeah,
Like, you really think they worried about you paying $30 a month?
they're
Like,
not
No.
like
in
you
the
said,
grand scheme.
them live rigs, that's all waves.
Yeah. No,
They
they
gotta
not. They're
have
not.
it.
That's why I think I said it yesterday that they're not really hurting in that respect, because the subscription model is just another way to ensure the bottom line is what the bottom line is going to be. Because, and I think eventually, even with this update of them giving us back updates and perpetual licenses, that's got a shelf life on it. You know what I mean? Those with that wave update plan, I could probably pull up my account now and see when my plugins expire. I probably got a year max on something that I bought like a couple of months ago. You know what I mean? So it's going to expire, and if you didn't renew them, then you lost those, and then the perpetual stuff, that remains to be seen. But there's going to come something out new that you're going to want, or you're going to want to
Yeah, because I
invest
mean, you
into
said it
this.
yesterday. A
Yeah,
developer wanted to charge you like $60K for one plugin. Waves has a bunch of plugins, and
yeah,
then like last year they brought out Clarity VX,
yep,
which is amazing
it is.
at noise reduction and getting rid of
Used it
background
this morning
sounds.
for a
So
video. Yeah,
internally, it's like, yo, if we can develop more plugins like that, like we could really be winning. But in order to
facts.
do that, they need to be able to forecast that income, and subscriptions is the way you could do that, because you can say, okay, cool, we got this many people on a subscription plan paying monthly. This is what we got. Now we can go to the bank and say, hey, this is what we're doing, but we need X amount of dollars to go this direction. And
Yeah,
now you
because
got something
development
that can actually
costs.
show.
Development costs. Remember I talked about it yesterday. That one developer that was going to charge me 65 racks, 65 bands to
For
to
one
to
plugin.
design a plugin. It's not a game out here. And I think, like you said, it's warrant on both sides. I get it. I understand it from a business perspective, and I definitely understand it from the creator's perspective. What you have to do is find the balance in the middle of what works for you. So that's where we are today versus yesterday. Yesterday it was like they weren't giving us no choice. It's just like I just fell into the default position of like, well, that's what it's gonna cost. Thank you for a $250 write-off, Waves. Appreciate it. I'm just gonna roll with it. You know what I mean? Take it and keep moving on, because somebody else is gonna be on the bandwagon next week. But I also understand it from the business perspective, and why they're doing it. And I don't have a problem putting my money where my mouth is, especially if they're making me money. And the one thing I said I was talking to my man, Yash. Me and Yash was talking about this yesterday. And Yash he said pretty much said the same thing. He said, well, he said, it sucks. He said, but, you know, it's better than back in the day when we used to have to pay $40,000 for a Pro Tools HD system. You know what I mean? He said it's better than the $120,000 SSL board we had to put in Studio A, and then we had to turn around and put another one in Studio C. Then we had to turn around and put another one in Studio B, because we loved how much it sounded in each one of those rooms. And he's like, and if you want to buy an actual Fairchild 670 right now, it's going to cost you about $25,000. So it's like when you start putting things in certain perspectives, then you're like, okay, it sucks. It definitely sucks, and I hate it. I hate another monthly thing, but I just much rather just pay the $250, get whatever, and just get it on out the way and keep moving. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? But
250 ain't nothing, man. That's one mix on the low end. Again,
yeah,
like that's one mix. If you're not doing one mix, we got to be having a different
we
conversation
gotta.
about what
Yeah.
are you doing.
If 250 sends you into bankruptcy, then you don't have a business. You don't have a business yet.
Go get a
You have
job. McDonald's is
you have an
15 an hour
as
right now.
my dad calls it, you have an expensive hobby. That's what you have. You don't have a business. You have an expensive hobby. If 250 breaks your bank, you have an expensive hobby. And so you should take your calculator, sit out and evaluate what you're spending money on as your business. It's your job, literally, to know your numbers and to know if you can afford that, to know if that's going to work. And then you do what other people in other industries do. You adjust for inflation. You know what I'm saying? If $25 is breaking you and it's messing with your bottom line, add another 25 to your mix. Yeah, I now charge I'm at 525 for mixes now.
Bro, I said that on Twitter this morning. I said some of y'all missed the layup to raise y'all prices.
Yeah, raise
That
your
was
prices
easy.
to cover the subscriptions that you
To
got.
cover the
If it's
subscription.
Yeah, raise your prices. If you know, like what did we come up with yesterday, Dale? It was like 100 and baseline for stuff, $150, something like
Yeah,
that.
it was all we capped it off at 200. We said about 200
Add
bucks.
150 to your,
Yeah.
fight back. That's what the housing industry did a couple of years ago. Lumber went up because of COVID and all of that stuff like that. Lumber and all of that stuff went up. You know what they did? The housing industry said, yeah, it's going to cost you X amount extra to get a house built now. It's going to cost you X amount extra to get this done, to buy a house now, because the price on my end as a constructor went up. So I have to raise my prices in order to protect. So if they're making moves to protect their bottom line, you make moves to protect yours. That's just as simple as that. You know what I mean? Adjust for inflation. And as a business, if you're doing work and if you're a producer and you're doing quality work, there's no reason that you should still be charging 250, for a production or for a mix, if you've been in the game for more than 10 years or 5 years or a few years and you got enough mixes and enough productions under your belt. You don't need to stick to 5-year ago prices, right? I have a practice of almost raising my prices every year for the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I
3 to
raised
6
my
months.
prices by $100 every year. And then I had to add in a mastering engineer recently that masters for me because I stopped mastering my own stuff because I realized I suck at mastering. So you know what I did? When the next person hit
Ooh, you
me and
gotta
I
say
knew I
that
needed to pay
again, John.
150 for mastering, I wrapped it
You
in.
gotta say that again. You just opened up the revelation and told the truth about yourself.
Uh-oh.
Dang, he wants you to sit on it.
Like,
Yeah.
nah, but no, people won't do that though.
They
Like
don't.
having that realization that, you know what? Maybe I'm not that good at that. So let me do the things I'm really good at and get people that are better at that thing to do that thing. Like, I don't play keys on records no more. Like, why?
Yeah.
There's so many people
Same.
that play keys way better than me.
Yeah. I just produced a whole record. Mixed a whole record. I didn't master it. I outsourced it to master, but I produced the entire record, recorded it. The only thing I did on that record was play percussion, was add the loop, and really didn't do that because that was Loop Elements. Loop
Yeah.
Elements did percussion on that record.
That
That's
was your
all I
product,
did
so
was
that's
add
you.
Loop
That's you.
Elements. But you know who's going to get the credit as the producer on the record? This guy, because I produced the record. The mentality that you have to do everything, the producer has to do everything. You have to play keys, you got to play drums, you got to play bass, you got to program aux, you got to program. Bruh, you need to be charging the price, the going rate. If you do that, you need to charge the going rate for a musician in each one of those categories. All right, drums. I'm playing drums on this record. That's $250 on my price. I'm playing bass on this record. That's $250 on. That's another $250 on my price, or $150 or whatever the going rate is. I'm playing guitar on this record. I'm adding in that, and then you come up with a record. Because you know what? If you're that guy that does that, they're not paying one musician. They're paying 5. You know what I'm saying? And if you're mixing it too, wrap your mixing in front of that. Don't charge. Don't get punked and do your record for $500.
Now you know how that goes, bro. Now you know I'm gonna push back, dog.
Push back on me.
I'm gonna push back. Now you know in gospel, man, they ain't got no money in the first place, bro. We talking about gospel producers, dog. Now you know our
We trying to
budget,
raise the standard though, Doc.
dog. Like we starting at 125, 250, bro. Come on, dog. Like and it's all about trying to cut expenses. We gonna, instead of paying the bass player, you know,
I get
150.
it.
We gonna pay him 25. We gonna pay him 75 because you just know how we are, man. It's convenient. It's the guys. You know what I'm
You
saying?
tell the
So,
truth,
I don't,
but
I don't trust nobody that tell me $25 for something.
bruh,
Like, I don't,
hey,
hey,
it's probably happening right now.
it's happening
Well,
right now.
it's
Somebody's in somebody's DM. Hey,
yeah, bro.
hey,
Like,
25 for this record.
you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah,
I've been guilty. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been guilty of doing that very thing. So I understand. But
yeah,
when you know better, you do better. And we want to definitely definitely
fish
raise
sandwich.
Bishop Hunter preacher. Yeah.
yeah, bro.
Fish
Like, come on,
sandwich.
Doc. Come on,
That's
Doc.
the church, the chicken meal. We got the chicken meal in the back.
Come on, Doc. You know, we gotta reassess the platform here. Now, if we was talking about pop producers, I'll be like, yeah, we need to go up every month. But in
But
gospel,
no,
bro,
we got to you have but it's the same value though. Honestly, it's the same
It
value
is.
proposition that we are. There's no reason why you should be charging that. I get it if you're just getting started in the game. I'm not talking about those people that are just getting started. You only been at this a few years. You've been in the game several years and you got
yeah,
some credits to your name and some stuff under your
Man,
belt.
I can't
You,
do it,
you
bro. I
you're
got
you're
billboards
beyond
on
that
the
rate.
wall, bro. Like, what are
yeah,
we
man.
talking about? Like, what I look like charging $125
Yeah.
for something? Like,
Yeah, you've
nah,
been
Oh,
in
man.
it, and you
oh, gotcha.
verified.
Yeah, I'm on
Nah.
Like,
here.
we
I'm
can't we
on.
can't do that. Like, there's a certain point to where you just gotta be like, yo, you gotta put your foot down. Like, yo,
You do.
I'm better than this. Like,
I'm better than this.
you
And
didn't
yeah,
catch me when I was at this level. You caught me now, so you gotta pay this rate.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday's price ain't today's price.
Yesterday's,
You
but
know,
yeah,
like that's straight up. Like, and I think too, with that, and even tying this in back to the wave situation, there's got to be, I think, both and.
yeah.
If I don't have no plaques, I don't have no billboards, but I'm paying
You
25.
got plaques, boy. You got records
I'm
all over the
no,
internet,
I'm talking about.
He's setting up the hypothetical.
I'm the hypothetical. You don't have no
Okay, okay,
plaques.
okay,
You don't
okay.
have that, but your work ethic is good. Your quality is good, but people just don't know you yet.
Yeah, that's
You s-
different.
you still. This is where I agree. This is where that I feel like it's applicable there. Like,
Yeah,
yo, hey, I'm paying this. I have all these expenses. This is why I charge X, Y, and Z. Well, you ain't got no. Hey, listen, you don't know what it takes to operate here.
yeah,
You don't understand that. So I get that in that perspective, but I think that in terms of what used to be, I could just go in here and spend 25, get a reverb, spend 30, get a reverb from a, from waves. Like, losing that that's a L. That's a
that's a L.
major. That's a
Yeah,
L. It's just what it is. It's a freaking L. And I
yeah,
said that on my video because I was doing I showed them. I gave them alternatives. I was like, "Yo, check out PSP.
yeah,
Check out Slate. Check
yeah,
out these other companies.
All great. All
All
great.
great companies. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, look at the price tag starting at PSP. You're starting at $75,
yeah,
$80. That's a lot different from 35, 40. You know what I'm saying? So um it's a L.
yeah,
It's a major L for a up and coming mixing engineer, producer, that's trying to become self-sufficient to save money.
yeah.
It's
I
like
agree.
it costs you now and you got to make educated
But we
decisions.
do still we got more free options now than we
And we
did
do.
back
Now
when
that
Yeah.
I started that
now
are
that's true
good.
You
Like
too.
start with the
some of the
stock
free
stuff.
options are really good. Like Blue Cat Audio puts out tons of free stuff. It's
Oh,
actually like, oh,
ton.
I'll use that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, yeah. And Valhalla is like dirt cheap, you know what
Dirt
I'm
cheap,
saying?
bro.
Like,
Dirt
Your
cheap.
boys at Baby Audio, that
babe.
stuff
Yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing.
I
Dear
do.
VR just put out a new reverb for $25.
Yeah.
I literally use Comeback Kid probably
Comeback Kid is amazing,
on
bro.
every single beat I do. I probably use Comeback Kid on
Comeback Kid
Comeback
is
Kid was
amazing.
innovative, man. They actually made something that was different. It was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. No, they cracked
Yeah,
the code.
like that
They
one hits
cracked
for
the code.
me. But I do.
But you need that raises the a great point of evaluating what you need. And I said this
Yeah.
yesterday. When I used to be a part of Crack Nation, when I used to be in the crack house, you know what I mean, strung out, you know, just strung out
Yeah.
in the crack house, just in the alley, with all of my cracks. And I've decided to go to rehab and get clean.
Yes, let's talk, bro.
When I got clean, got my life together, came to
Talk,
Jesus.
bro. Talk, bro.
I soon realized that I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was. I didn't know what compress. I didn't know what a knee was. I didn't know what a ratio did. I didn't know what gain reduction was. I didn't know what threshold did. I didn't know what EQ bands was. Somebody would say hertz, and I was like, yeah, that did hurt. Yeah, that was that when it was too high in that range, it hurt my ear. So something hurts up in there. Yeah, it definitely hurts. 300 hertz. Yeah, 300 hertz. Yep, it does. 300 hertz hurts. Yep. So I didn't know what none of that stuff was, and I had to realize really quickly, um, you know what I mean, how what this stuff was and what I really needed. And so I went back to stock. I
Mm,
pulled up the stock logic compressor and EQ, and then I tried to chase what I was hearing from the presets and waves. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I did, and that's how I learned. So it's almost like throw your crutches away. If you're really done with waves, be done with them. Go and figure out the other tools that work, for you, and figure out what you actually need to do the work that you do, and you'll figure out that you might not even need it. You know what I'm saying? You'll figure out that there's some stuff that you're leaning on as a crutch. So start evaluating those things and evaluating where you are in financially and in your knowledge base and where you are in your career. If you're just getting started, I don't suggest you run out and get subscriptions to all 9 of these great companies that are doing subscriptions. Either
right.
pick one or learn how to use stock and then build up your stuff with stock, because you learn how to do it. So when you do get the good tools and when you do get the good mixes and all of that stuff like that, you know what to do. You know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it, man. I'm tapping in on YouTube now.
Yeah. Any comments? I know there was some comments on our side. Was any comments on your particular
We
platform you
got
wanted to
100
respond to?
comments on this thing today, bro.
Bruh. I mean, all of my stuff, yeah, we can address some stuff.
Yeah,
Matter of
300
fact,
hertz.
yeah, we can address some stuff. Let me go on my video
Let me
real
know when you're ready. I'll pull you up.
Yeah, I'm ready
You
now,
good?
bro.
Okay, let's
It's a
see. Let's
couple
get you
of
over here.
it's a couple of things that was said that kind of that's a little interesting to me. Let's go to the newest. Yeah. Oh, great, great. Yeah, yeah. I heard. Yeah, they're not forcing people. Let me go here. Yeah, this one was kind of crazy. Rip Waves. I spent a lot of money at
Rip.
Waves. Yahan. Yahan.
Yeah, huh?
Yahan. This is going back to fire on them. Just you wait and see. Greed is
Wow.
the number one downfall of every company. Americans love options. No options. No options is dictatorship.
Dang.
Interesting. This one is interesting. There are tons of
Huh?
very it got deep. There are
It got
tons of
real
very
deep.
good companies still out there. Waves is one of many. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go. Jan, do a plug-in video to replace Waves. Waves is going to
Jahan.
lose this. Yahan is going to end a lawsuit. All this, a lawsuit. I see a lawsuit already in the works. You,
Jahan.
bruh, my name. How many times spelled the
It's
wrong
on the
way?
name. It's actually on the channel. That's
It
what's so
is.
hilarious.
Stay out of this one. The producer community is going to end them. Trust
Ooh.
me.
Nah. I don't think they're gonna end there. Nah.
Here's what I
Not
said.
there's so many things wrong with that, but that's your comment, so I'm gonna let you go in.
Bruh, which is why I made sure to list alternatives in this video. Watch
Wow.
till the end if you already have it.
Come on with the graceful comment. Come on now with the
Yeah,
graceful
We
comment.
we
bro.
learned we learned
Oh,
obedience through the
oh,
things we suffer.
oh, listen. Oh, listen. I thought this one was interesting. Here, this is the warning in the T and Cs. It says all updates are provided to you on a license exchange basis.
Mm,
And such that you agree as the
precondition.
precondition for receiving an update that you will terminate all your rights to use any previous versions of software. This is crazy.
My man got legal. He got legal on
Bro.
him.
Thus, if you sign up for the subscription, in turn, you update your plugins and no longer have a license to older versions.
Mm,
That's your perpetual license sit under. Now, I think this might be null and voided after today, that part.
yeah,
Mhm.
Um,
definitely.
But I think the bigger picture is what he's saying is once you sign up, it's already a wrap. Don't support this. This is what I'm saying. Don't support this company anymore and send a message to the rest of the industry.
Yeah,
Besides,
it's the outrage culture stuff, man, that people get into. You know what I mean? Council culture. That's the what I'm outrage plus council culture put together. And I get it, but at the same time, like I said yesterday, you're with millions and millions of customers that they probably served over the last decades, everybody in the audio industry, your voice in that sense of counseling them, shutting their company down, they're actually probably in too big of a place to
yeah,
be canceled. Now,
nah,
our voice rallying together did cause them to backtrack on a lot of the stuff that they were saying about the perpetual license and the Waves update plan. But best to believe, I think they're like they're like the Apple of the audio community. Like Waves, I don't think they probably got enough reserve cash to keep them in business for at least another decade. In that respect, I would not be surprised. But I
yeah,
think they're trying to create. I think they're trying to create something great.
And here's
The
the other
rollout was
thing,
messy,
though.
but
They're still a private company. So we really don't know what they got going on.
that's
no,
so
we do
true.
not. Like, we
Like
really
they're
do not.
private.
We really don't.
Yeah,
And again, people have the right to use whatever they want to use. Period. People have the right to use whatever they want to use.
they do.
If I put Waves in front of my screen, and I'm using a plugin and I put it in front of you, it's my choice.
It's your choice.
It's my that's for any, and this conversation goes to the bigger conversation. I don't think this has to do with just this. I
Yeah,
think this has to do with the issue with influencer to influence community. We
yeah.
already are under a lot of scrutiny because they feel like we're selling
Come
them
on,
stuff.
bro.
We sold out to these companies already. So here's more fuel to
To that
that
fire.
fire. I think a lot of these comments like this, stop promoting Waves, don't support all this stuff. It's not just about Waves. It's
Yeah,
about how you feel about us being on the screen and how genuine are we? And my
all day.
subscribers know I am very genuine. I'm not gonna gas nothing I don't believe in. Do I take paid ads? Yeah, I do. Do
But
I?
you
Yeah,
believe in the company
and
first before you
I
do that.
I actually use the stuff.
Yeah.
I actually use the stuff. I actually use Wave, so it's not that simple.
Yeah, like I said it earlier, like I'm a Waves affiliate, but I buy the plugins when they
Right.
come out. I spend my own money, on that. So yeah, it's like I get it, bro.
Yeah. Bro, it doesn't stop, bro. It's a
Yo, they
whole
was lighting you up.
bro, it's a lot. It is a lot. Oh, this is the one. This is the one I wanted to point out.
Dang. My man wrote a book.
What I tell you.
That's the stuff that I always trip off of. Like most of the time, I just give them like I don't even read those if it's more than one paragraph, I just give them the thumbs up. I just be like right on or like congrats. I'll say something that's like totally
Bruh,
totally off the wall to let you
just
know I actually did read your comment.
dope.
Dope.
Like, this is
Yeah.
I believe Waves is going to put you all in chains. Bro,
What?
for example, I do a subscription for two. Oh,
He done went to slavery.
Dell is gonna love this. For example, I do a subscription for $249 a year for 200 plugins. Out of those 200 plugins, I only use 50 that fit in making the sound design and the music productions for a year. 150 we paid for plus 250 to restart a year over again with the 3 new plugins added.
I'd say, well, then why? Let's talk about iPhones. How many features on your iPhone that you actually use? But then when that new one comes out, you ain't got no problem paying that $9.99 to
Come
go
on.
ahead and upgrade to the iPhone. When that iPhone 15 land, bro, you're gonna be like, oh, nah, yeah, that new
Man,
camera.
we ain't even got to go that far. When them
Cinematic
new
mode, I
J's
gotta
drop next month.
Man,
Right.
period.
Come
It's
on now, cap. That's cap. I need a button that just says cap. I'm gonna give them this.
bruh. said I have Waves plugins, but I rarely get the upgrade plan because some of the plugins need to fit into my work. So you're then what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Cap.
You just told on yourself. You just told on yourself.
That's cap, bro.
Oh, no, here's a cat. Waves just lost 95% of their customers. 95.
What?
He got that back. He meant to say 5.
Come on, bro.
He meant to say 5. Like,
It's no,
bro,
but someone should have let them know it's no longer 1999.
Oh, what are we talking about? This is why I gotta go back.
Yeah, you got to go back and talk to these
yeah,
cats, bro.
yeah, and deal with them. Here
That's
we go.
hilarious.
If you pay $250 per year to 6 different companies to borrow plugins, you might as well consider hardware.
What you buy? What you? Okay,
that
250
math
times
ain't
6.
mathing, cause
And what's that? $1,200?
no, cause ain't no way.
Yes. What is that? 250 times 6? Yeah. What is that?
And he might be buying the Clark Audio.
Yeah, I was about to say that's warm
the Clark
audio.
Techniques joints.
Very
Not even
good
warm.
point.
Like that ain't even warm. That's Clark. Like that ain't even warm, bro. Like this 1176 for warm is $699. Like
What?
Bro,
What pieces of hardware are you buying
Bro.
for $250
bro,
besides a Clark? Now I got a Clark Technic
I can't.
2A over here, but it was modded.
I think the
I
most.
paid like $400 for the thing, and then I paid another like $400 or $500 to get it modded.
Bro, the most you're gonna pay for that is a MIDI controller. That's what you get. You get. That's the only hardware you get.
a Rode NT1A.
Yeah.
That's
What
all
you getting? You getting the joint?
or
What's that,
Audio
MXL
Technica.
990, the big head joint.
AT20, you get Audio Technica.
Yeah, you get a
You get
Audio
an AT 2020. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Get some
this.
Bear Dynamic headphones.
That's the kind of hardware he talking about. He talking about that kind of hardware. He talking about headphones.
Somebody said I don't use Waves plugins, and this confirms that I never will.
Oh man, congrats.
Congrats. Yeah.
Great.
Congrats. That's
Hey,
hilarious.
but you know what? What's funny though, like from a business standpoint, those are the customers we don't want anyways. Like they're like, yo, we don't want you as a customer. Like if you don't want to use our stuff, you want to pay for our stuff, you don't like our stuff, cool, get out. Like I don't want you here. Bye. Like, hey, Dale, your price is too expensive. Great. Like, go down the street.
Man. Oh, you know what? I actually do want to talk about this. Now that Apple hired former Universal Audio exec, curious to see if the Logic stock plugins get major bumps in quality or move to a native stock plugins plus type add-on subscription.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think
their plugins are good though.
Yeah,
they're already good.
I think it's leaning towards this. I think it's leaning towards stock.
I think Logic. I don't think they. Well, I could see it. I could see it.
I think they might do it because
I could see that being a subscribe. Logic as a base price would still be $299, but then you'd have. I could just see it as paid add-ons. I could just see it as like Apple's in-app purchases type vibe though. But it would be a cost. Like you get these extra plugins for like another $200 or something like that. But it would be some extra stuff that we don't already have in the arsenal. That's some money I'd say Logic is leaving on the table.
I think because Apple, I think Logic is only like 7%, or not even that, maybe like 2% of Apple sales.
Yeah, man, it's not even on their radar.
It's super low. So I don't know. I just think that based on the energy that we've been getting, and if dude worked for UAD and he already has somewhat of the subscription background behind him,
just got into subscriptions. Like they just threw their hat in the ring like last year, so he's been a part of the game probably longer with the hardware connection. Where it was like it wasn't native, the non-native UAD versions. I'd probably say.
I don't know. It's
It
hard. I
remains to
can't
be
call
seen.
it.
It's an interesting premise, though.
I can't call it. I just know that what have we seen as a pattern? What have
Oh,
we
it's definitely a pattern
like?
with
The
It's
that.
writing's on the wall.
you know what I'm saying. Like I'm just paying attention to the pattern. Like Apple is the only uh outside no because FL you can buy outright too.
Yeah,
But there's
Ableton. It's still a
yeah
few
it's,
holdouts.
yeah, but it's the cheapest though.
Yeah,
Like you can get Logic right now for what 199.
yeah.
I thought ain't Reaper like 70?
Reaper is actually quote unquote. I'm gonna say this because the Reaper community will reap me. uh, it is quote unquote free, and I only say that free because it has a non-expiring full demo license, which is a really dope model on how they do business. Like you could literally just stay in demo mode for perpetuity and never actually buy Reaper. But
$60.
that gesture that they give is what keeps adding to their bottom line because they were able to people value Reaper at such a point where they will actually pay for it because they believe in the company, they believe in the DAW.
Somebody
But
said it's
you could legit just keep hitting demo mode every time you open it.
he said, Samuel Walker said it's not free. LOL.
I told you
It's
they
not.
they will get you. They will get you if you say the Reaper is free.
Yeah. I
If you
mean,
say that.
from
It just has it has a non-expiring, I'm gonna say that again, full featured demo license. Do with that what you will. It has a non-expiring, fully featured.
I would like to see
demo
their paperwork because even right here on the site, it says you may use discounted license if you are an individual and Reaper is only for your personal use, or you are an individual or business using Reaper commercially and yearly gross revenue does not exceed USD 20K.
Interesting.
So, if people out here, slamming the airways with, I'm killing it as a mixing engineer, whoop de woo, I'm using Reaper, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, let's go pull them receipts. IRS, let's what they got going on?
Which license are you on? You making more than the audacity of this comment. The audacity
is free.
for you to mention that.
Audacity is free.
Audacity.
But Audacity is like that's worse than what is the Adobe joint? The Audition, like that's worse than that.
Yeah, you can't really do.
But no, I'll give you one better. Probably, if this is a side conversation, but we could probably do a whole podcast just on DAWs. We probably need to, but I probably argue that one of the best, if you're on a Mac, one of the best DAWs you can get that's free is GarageBand.
Facts.
Actually,
it's basically baby Logic. There's only a handful of features that are in GarageBand that aren't in the full version of Logic, or vice versa. However, that I know I probably said that wrong, but
it's a high def. It's a high def, low budget Logic. It's a high def.
It definitely
because you can use plugins inside of it.
Yeah, they just flipped that. So I mean,
you can load third party plugins. You can mix in there. You can do all of that stuff. You can
It's
produce.
got the drummer track thing. You can't get as detailed with it, but it does have it.
Yeah.
I know people it's plenty of people that are killing with GarageBand.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're in a time where just be ready to subscribe. Just be ready.
That's real. That's real, bro. That's where we're going. That's where all of this is going for real. Like I said it yesterday in the video yesterday. Like there was an article that came out and it said by 2030 they're predicting that you will own nothing and you will love it. Everything is going to be a subscription. I would not be surprised if someone is already working on a housing subscription. Like
rent.
I'm finna give somebody $1 million idea because I don't got the bandwidth to do it.
Rent.
No. I'm talking deeper than rent, bro. I'm talking deeper than rent. Imagine like Airbnb, but as a subscription, like fully furnished houses You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like a network of houses that companies own, and they charge you it's not a lease. It's not like that. But it operates temporarily, like just like a rental situation. But it's not a lease, but it's fully furnished, fully situated. You get all these benefits, you get all these things. And if you decide you want to move 6 months from now, or if you decide you want to move 3 weeks into your, subscription, and there's a house available in California, and you want to go out there for 3 or 4 weeks, and because you're this subscriber, you could jump out there and it's fully furnished. You just walk in.
That's Porsche. Porsche has been doing that. Like Porsche, you lease a Porsche, and if you decide, we want to do a vacation this weekend, you can go and get the SUV version and just bring the car back. And then when you come back from the vacation, if you want the car back, you get the car. Like you literally can just swap.
Yeah, I think that's coming. I've seen some of that. The car subscriptions. All of that
BMW
stuff.
got a subscription for heated seats.
Yeah, bro. Everything. There's a company, I can't think of it right now. There's a company out right now. I can't think of it. I'm going to have to do some research. We'll add it to the podcast. But they do gear, like it's like audio rentals. Like you can rent keyboards.
Blackbird. You can go to blackbird.com and rent like vintage gear. You want a Fairchild, a real Fairchild? You could rent the Fairchild for a few days from Blackbird Studios.
Wow. But this one I saw, they had all kind of stuff, like, and they're building their category up, and I thought that was really, really dope. Like if you needed a Juno, or if you needed a Prophet, or you wanted to hold a motif or a montage for a few days or whatever, you could go on that site and just I gotta go find that.
Oh, the camera community has one. What's the one for
lens
cameras? It's not lens rentals though. It's another one where you literally could go on there. Like if you want a Ronin, like you can literally rent out somebody's whole Ronin joint, for a few days. It's like, cause it's a community of people that just offering their stuff to be rented, and you rent it from them. And it's not like just necessarily a company. Like you rent it from individuals.
No, that's where it's going. That community is growing, and it's not going anywhere. Like eventually they're gonna find a way to rent to subscribe air to us. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna put the dome over everybody's house, and they're gonna be like, yep, you didn't pay your air subscription this week, so
you out.
Try to find your credit card. Almost ran out of air. My bad, bro. Almost ran out of air.
Yeah, man. I was just 2 minutes late.
Yeah.
I was only 2 minutes late.
What's that movie though? What's that movie? Remember that movie Out of Time? Justin Timberlake?
Yeah, heck yeah. You gotta buy time to exist,
You gotta buy
bro.
time. That joint was on your wrist. That joint was on your wrist.
That joint is real.
Man, that was one of the funniest movies. It wasn't meant to be funny. It was supposed to be so serious. It was supposed to be serious, but I laughed, bro. You find this dude just laid out, and they be like, yeah, his clock ran out. He just laid out, and you got 0, 0, 0, 0 going down his arm, bro. Like, I'm like, yo.
Yeah, man. That movie is real. It's like it's a poetic gesture of how it really is. Like,
definitely.
It's a poetic gesture, man. They just made it corny, but that's the reality.
That's the reality, though. I love it. Well, we've been on for like, gosh, an hour and a half and some change, like really getting some stuff here. The article for about subscriptions, I can't remember what it is, but it's called, I know the title is by 2030, you'll own nothing and love it. I remember that being the title. That title caught me. So check that out. Google that. I'm pretty sure it'll pop up. But no, it's been fun, man. Thank you, Jan, for hanging out with us today, man. This is like a Hangout Plus. This is like, I think I titled it episode 6.5 because we did episode 6 yesterday. So this is 6.5 where we had to jump in and talk about the updates to the updates that Wave gave us and stuff. Man, if y'all enjoyed Jan Hunter on the Hangout podcast, let me know down in the chat real quick. Drop it down if you want him to be to pop up on some more episodes. Let me know real quick if you want him on some more episodes. We'll work out some time schedules with Jan, because this was really fun, man, just hanging out with the three of you. Dale is a good hang, but hey,
we're 2 or 3 are gathered.
We're 2 or 3 are gathered in his name. We had some fun, man. We enjoyed it, man. I think this is going to be...
Somebody just put the article in the comments.
There it is. So there's your article. The article is right here. It's on Forbes, and you can see the name there.
It was written in 2016, so it's old.
Dang.
Yeah, it's been out for a minute. It's an old article. Yeah, we got them in here. Bring them back.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, indeed.
Let's go.
Bring him bike.
Bring him
bike. We love you, Sam. Bring him bike. All right. Well, it's been real. We appreciate you guys hanging out. We're going to tap back in with you guys on another time with another topic, and we're going to have some more fun just hanging out. So we're going to let you guys get back to it, and we're going to get back to our daily lives and the stuff that we're working on. And we appreciate you guys hanging out. We out. You guys got anything y'all want to add?
I'm good, bro. We'll holler at y'all next time.
Yes, sir. All right, peace.
Peace.